Alright, my name is Adianas and this is my Sprint 3. The first thing I'll do is address things from last week that I fixed this week. The first thing is that the bullet should not be responsible for passing in a bullet count to the blaster. So if we go to the bullet right now, we'll see all it does is call a function. It doesn't pass in any parameters or do anything. It just tells the blaster to just set a bullet count. In this case, this is bad naming, but really it just tells the blaster that it can fire again. I also have, with the bullets, a fully functioning bullet factory with the recycled item stack, external management sending it back to the recycling stack, and you can see here the header file too. It's set up with a singleton. It's based off of the factory from the TL demo. Another singleton that I was setting up is the score manager, which I've yet to finish, but I am working on it currently. The thing from last week was that the scorpion was misaligned with the rows, so it was just a quick fix with the offset. The scorpion is now aligned with the mushroom rows. Let's see if I get a better, here we go. So it's aligned with the mushroom rows now. It'll fit in between them and onto the mushrooms. The scorpion crashing the game from last week is now completely fixed. I've run this probably 50 something times and it has not crashed with the scorpion, so that's good. It still poisons mushrooms. I can still damage poison mushrooms like normal, just like the regular mushrooms. The centipede is still a single step centipede, but at least last week all I could do was go down and then it disappeared. Now it'll actually go down, and when it hits the bottom it'll it'll go back up. Sometimes it doesn't quite do it quickly enough, but it'll do it eventually. So the scorpion, as you know, it already poisons mushrooms. Now for testing purposes, every time I kill a mushroom, I have the flea set up to spawn. There's the flea. It'll drop mushrooms on the way down. It does take 2 hits to kill, so I'll try to demonstrate that now. Not quick enough. So 1, 2, and then I also have the explosions for the enemy deaths. So I'll try that with the scorpion here. So scorpion has an explosion. The flea after the first hit does not keep dropping mushrooms. You'll see that here when it does drop mushrooms, there's a test to see whether or not its health is greater than 1. So it starts with 2 health because of 2 hits. So we'll run this again. Actually, I'll just increase the speed of the centipede just to make it go to the bottom and hopefully come back up again. I don't think messing with the speed should mess it up too much, but we'll wait on this. Oh, I also have the blaster movement set up with strategy, so it's decoupled from the actual blaster. The blaster has its own input object that it creates upon spawn, and there we go, it goes back up now, so that's good. Cool, so then the blaster, there's a keyboard control class which is inherited from a base input manager class, and there's just some functions that are not filled in, but they're there to be filled in by classes that inherit from it. So if you look at the keyboard control here, the update are just tests to see if keys are pressed, and if they are, a blaster pointer is passed in as a parameter, and it'll tell the blaster to move up, down, left, right, and fire. And in the blaster, we'll see that I have it as a function now, set control type keyboard, where if this is called, you just create a new keyboard controller, and that's what allows the ship to be controlled basically by that object and not the ship alone. And whenever I create a ship, I have it here, set control type keyboard, so it's useful for me to like switch between AI and keyboard whenever I want. I don't have the AI yet, just the keyboard, but I do pretty much have the strategy set up. Again, I have the bullet factory. Really the only thing now that I really have to focus on is the working centipede head and the segments. I wasn't able to get the segments in, but I'm starting to make some progress on just the centipede head, so while it's not as functional as I'd like it to be, it's still something. So hopefully by next week I can get that sorted out. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks.